What day is it?
I like
Who
it.
the hell
Tuesday?
cares?
Who the hell cares? Hi, welcome to Sunrise
I got
Extra.
lightheaded doing that. That actually made me lightheaded.
Oh, well, you need to drink some water, my friend. All right, we have a very hot topic that we are all arguing about this morning. It's something everyone can join in on because it is not political or serious in any way, which is what we needed. It's only Tuesday.
Can we do that again tomorrow, by the way?
Whenever
For the rest of the week.
Okay, so Brenda and I have admitted to being grammar and spelling, what do you want to call it then?
I got a word for it.
It's not a grammar Nazi. It's a stickler.
Oh, a stickler. That's good.
Far more politically
sticklers.
correct.
Yes.
Thank you, Jay.
And what we thought was hilarious the other day on Brenda's 30th anniversary here at KGW was a woman shared her memory of Brenda meeting her just in a split instant and recalls that Brenda corrected her grammar.
I can't believe you did that.
In just that window of meeting you years ago.
I have a little more
What could she
tact
possibly
now.
have said?
I think she was a
I know.
student.
It
or
would set up your
something.
alarms. Excuse me, I know we just met, but you're a terrible speaker.
I only correct my own family now.
Right? So do I.
That's it.
And they hate me for it.
Right?
Yeah. It's never like sometimes received well.
But I
Right.
would want to know, because sometimes we will pronounce something differently and I'll think, oh my gosh, have I been mispronouncing it all these years? And then I have to go and listen. I'm like, oh,
And you wanna
either
know the
yes or
correct
no.
answer.
I do.
It's not much of a battle between you and I. I usually default to you. How did you say it? That's probably the way to say it.
Yeah.
Sometimes when
I've
you
been
hear
saying
it
wrong.
differently, I'm like, it could be me.
It's
Right.
shocking, yeah. So we're asking this because of a couple of pictures that one is from last summer and one is from this weekend. So let me show you. This is a picture at a small market along the coast where this is supposed to say desserts, but it says deserts in a
that's what
huge
they are selling
professional sign. Ice cream and deserts.
They're selling deserts in
Also,
these
at a
cases.
menu I was recently looking at, this is their hot drinks section, and I am sure that is supposed to say piping potables, but now it says pipping. So my husband and I got in a talk about, okay, it's on their menu, like a printed laminated menu, like is it the nice thing to do to tell them that it's spelled wrong, or is that
No.
super rude?
I think it's too late by the time they've printed it. It's
Well,
not like they
wouldn't
can do
wanna
anything
know?
about it.
That's what I'm saying.
But they probably know by then.
So I wanted you guys to
No, it's
tell
not too
us,
late.
like, what kind of person are you? Do you just silently let that go? Joe Luarca on Facebook says, I have no shame. I will correct anybody. He's with you, Brenda. Let's see. Bill Montgomery says, nope, because I need be spelling it wrong. Also, that's funny. We asked this on Twitter, and we were getting some reaction to. And I love this. I have this mug, by the way, and I need to get
I
you one,
love that
Brenda.
mug.
It is
I
the
almost
best.
bought it for myself on Amazon. I saw it when I was Christmas shopping.
Yeah, it is so good. Okay. P-Town Santa says, people have time for this? Who is it? It's me. It's me and Brenda.
It's me
We
too.
are correcting people.
Absolutely. But you know what? I hate it when I see on our website or any other website misspellings
Wait,
and
what?
grammar. And I am like, I shoot off an email sometimes, on a Saturday
we have
morning.
to have it spelled right.
Well, that's why I feel like we're sticklers, because that's our job. Our job is about words.
Sure.
I like Terrell. I go with Terrell. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right in the
What?
spirit of
What do
getting
they
things
say?
correct here.
Yeah.
Terrell Davis. She often chimes in on this extra program.
Yes.
She
Yep.
says, "Choose your battles." LOL.
True. Absolutely.
Right? I mean, yeah. Some things aren't worth the fight. It always does strike me. Even with that, though, I would say if I'm that store, I'd want you to tell me. I'd rather take that down and have an empty
That's what I
space
mean,
above my
like,
case
isn't it
than
kinda-
have the
wouldn't you be
misspelled
embarrassed?
desserts
I would.
over
Deserts. Yeah.
Deserts.
My husband, he will never watch this, and so it's fine. He will say, like the other day, he was talking to me about some conversation. He was like something about self-deprecating humor. But he always, and he says this every time, self-depreciating humor. And so I'll say, no, honey, it's deprecating. He's like, oh, whatever. I'm like, no, but I don't want you to be in like a business situation or
Yes.
a work meeting and say it incorrectly.
Yeah.
You know, because
I
I love him that much that I want him to
Very
be.
kind of
I
you.
agree. You
Yeah.
don't want your people out there in the world, like with people
My
going,
people.
you're dumb.
Yeah.
Even if you're not. But sometimes it sounds like a little, if you're using like I don't know.
bad grammar.
I have a friend who shall be nameless,
Okay.
and now I cannot think of what the darn word is. But I've waited too long to say anything, and when she says the word every time, it's like screaming wrong. But I didn't say it.
But
the
now
first
you've let
10
it go
times,
too many
so now I'm
times.
like, well, I will. Now I'm
funny.
like, yeah, years
But
later.
doesn't it like drive you nuts?
I know. I should have brushed up
And
on
then
this
I
topic.
don't listen to what else they're
next
saying
thing
because you're
is-
like, should I tell them? No, it's been too long.
No,
now.
it's been too
years.
long. Now I just have to stop.
I have
I wanna know
100
what the word
anecdotes,
is.
but I don't have the full story, so I can't share them. Like you, I have I know that there's instances where I've corrected my wife, and the same thing. I'm like, well, babe, I don't want you to go outside and say that like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
She's just looking at me like, you're a jerk. So Katie says, wait, Katie, I just almost
where
lost
is
your
it?
comment. Katie says, I work at a credit union, and all day we hear, I want to deposit into my checkings. There is no S in
Yeah,
that
it's
account, she
checking
says.
account.
It's checking. I just can't. I can't just correct people, but I try to be like, yeah, we can deposit that into your checking
Checking.
account.
Oh,
I like
and
that tactic.
My director just told me, and this is true. I say, milk instead of milk.
You say milk?
Oh, interesting.
You say
do.
milk?
I do. I say it with more like
When do you
kind of
say
an
it?
East Coast
I've never
thing?
seen you drink it. No, East Coast. She's from McMinnville.
I know, but
Ma, we
Milk.
say cow's
Milk.
juice on the East Coast.
gross.
No, my dad used to say that was
milk.
Milk.
what
How
a
do you say
bad
it?
phrase that
Milk.
was.
How?
Milk
Milk.
Milk.
Yeah.
Milk.
with an I.
Milk.
Well, milk.
Stark Street was renamed what? Harvey what street?
Milk. I have to think about it. Harvey.
Oh, weird you said that. Kirsty Marie on Instagram says she needs that mug, the silently correcting your grammar. I'm always silently correcting people when I see grammar mistakes. I will correct my own family, but that's it. So she makes a habit of not correcting strangers.
Yeah, and
But I would just
That's
go
a
up,
little-
like in the case of the deserts,
If
I
it's
would just
written
go up
in a
and be like,
business-
hey,
Do you know?
did you guys know that that's misspelled?
Yeah.
And
And then
it's
they'll
probably
say
a bit-
yes.
or they'll be like,
It's
yes,
too
it's been
expensive to
forever,
change it, and we're gonna leave it
it's
that
like a
way.
running joke now. Who knows?
I like, we have Jamie Ralston, a top fan.
Hi,
She's
Jamie.
listed here. She says, I'm so bad at spelling, I'll change a sentence so as not to use the big words.
You know what?
That's a good tactic.
That's legit.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
me.
that's
I'll do that.
I
too.
do that to our news scripts almost daily.
Okay, Jeanette has. Hi, Jeanette. She is on the opposite. So I think it's rude. You don't know what people have been through. I was hard of hearing since I was a child. I do not pronounce most of my words correctly because of this, because when I was a child, I couldn't ever pronounce them correctly. They're very interesting.
See?
Rita also says it's rude. So a few
Okay.
chiming in saying, hey, lay off the incorrect spellers and the bad grammar users
I
of the
know.
world.
It
You're
is
being
very
rude.
so annoying. Like, we are so annoying.
Yeah. Not
I
strangers since 30
did
years
not
ago.
go up to those business owners and say anything.
Brenda says,
To.
I would,
you?
I would do what Nina did. If there was
Just
a big
post it on
sign
social
and I thought
media.
maybe they don't know it's misspelled, I would very politely go up to them and go,
Oh, sorry.
them
just
know.
in case you hadn't noticed.
Yeah.
I would do something like that.
Right, because it's your business and you don't want to like keep, I don't know.
getting back to your mispronunciation of milk, Miss Milk. We have Anthony, oh, wait, I lost it.
Lynette.
says milk,
Milk is
M-E-L-K,
milk
is
in
actually
Dutch.
milk in Dutch.
Oh,
So maybe
interesting.
you have some Dutch blood
Maybe
running
I
through
do
you that
have a
you don't
little
know.
tad.
How do you say
Freaky
milk?
deaky
Milk.
Dutch.
What do you say?
Milk.
Milk.
I tend to say milk instead of milk.
Milk's the word a bit.
Milk.
Well, I
Jenny
drink about
Carlson
2 gallons of
says
milk a week, so
it
that's
hurts
about
people's
2 pounds
feelings
a week,
and
so-
pronunciation
How do you say it?
is
Milk.
mean.
Milk. Milk.
It's just
Yeah.
me.
It's you.
That's milky white.
I like Drew's though.
Milky.
He always says, you know, and then that's like a Philly thing
What do
or
I
East
say?
Coast thing.
What do I
Water.
say?
You
Oh,
said
no, I
water
have changed
today.
that. I go out of my way to say water.
You said it today.
I said water today?
Yeah.
When? In a reading of a
Early
news
on
story?
in the newscast.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm tired or drunk, and today I'm just tired, I promise you.
Comes out.
It's just kind of like, I start getting back to those Philly ways.
Yeah.
But yes, when I worked in Abilene, Texas, my first job in TV, there was a town near Abilene called Sweetwater.
Yes.
Whereas I called it when I showed up, Sweetwater.
Yeah,
And so we had to be doing the high school football scores on Friday, and like Sweetwater beat Brownsville 17-10, and they're like, "Hey, tell that damn Yankee it's Sweetwater, not water." That happened. That's
I will
a
say,
true story.
I would never correct somebody just in their normal speech, except for this is a pet peeve of mine, when it comes to states. Because there's no debate here. There is a correct way to say states and an incorrect way
Like,
to
what's
say
an
states.
example?
Well, like people on the East Coast, including some national journalists, sometimes will say Nevada. I can't even say it.
Nevada?
Nevada. That's not correct, period. It's Nevada. Oregon is not correct, period. It's Oregon.
That does drive me nuts.
And those are two.
Well, wait
some
a minute.
people will say
How do you say the state to the north of us right now?
Not Washington.
Washington.
Okay, sometimes you say Washington.
No, he doesn't.
No,
No,
Yes, he
I would.
does.
No,
Oh,
Drew's
I
probably
haven't heard
right
that.
because my mother, who's Midwest farm girl from Iowa, always washes her clothes.
Wash.
And so sometimes that probably does creep into my speech. But I
So
would
did
not
my
be
mom.
insulted if you corrected me on that because
Okay.
it's not Illinois, it's Illinois.
Oh, yeah,
It's
that
not
is
Des
such a
Moines,
weird-
Iowa. It's Des Moines,
Yeah.
Iowa.
I remember I grew up with hearing my mom call it the state of Washington.
Yeah.
And she washed her clothes. And I think I was in middle school and somebody said, "Why do you say it like that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's not the right way to say it."
Mel?
Mia's father, my father-in-law still says that. I can't even say it like that. How do you
Washington.
Yeah, Washington. He says Washington. I
Yeah.
just think
It's like
when he
war.
says it,
We're
I go,
going to
that's
war.
not right.
Washington.
Yeah.
My mom would always say erasure.
Erasure?
Instead of like pencil eraser, she'd go, use your erasure. Where'd the heck that H come from?
All these
Or
little
my husband will spell
eccentricities.
in a text, and now I don't correct him because I know he's just trying to do it fast. And we do it actually in news, like follow, FOLO, instead of spelling it correctly. And a lot of little like shortcuts over text
Yeah,
will
I don't
kind
like
of
them.
silently drive me nuts.
Me too,
Like,
actually.
just freaking spell it right.
Right.
I know. I feel like sometimes though with text, and it's probably just me because I'm old, but
How old
I
are you?
feel like I'm 55. Now that you ask,
That-
a year younger than you.
A little personal.
No, it's not. Don't ask me my weight though. You.
Oh, yeah, geez. No.
I digress. What was that? What the hell was I saying?
Whoa,
Like
whoa,
it's
whoa, whoa, whoa,
autocorrect
whoa.
or something?
younger person would have
Or you're
remembered.
typing
I know.
fast.
See, I'm having a senior moment. We need to speak about why I'm tired this morning too. At some point.
Oh,
on the
that is a
Sunrise
good
Extra.
story.
Dear God.
Is it a good story? Well, then I want to hear it.
Yes, it is.
Finish this
You
first
wanna know.
story. My goodness.
Get me back on
Stay
track.
focused.
Either you have fat fingers or you
No.
have.
I feel like you can just misunderstand text.
Yeah.
Like especially if you're
People are
trying to get a
typing
point across.
fast.
Because people do have major conversations in
Right.
text, and I'm like, I got to punctuate that. Got to make sure that you
pauses
know
and
this
the-
is
that's the TV
exactly.
anchor
Yeah,
in
I
you
know.
for
The
sure.
phone will change the word on you, and if you don't really go back and
Right.
Look
Really
at
look.
it.
and proofread
Yeah.
it, all of
yeah.
a sudden it's put something a different word than what you
Yes.
thought
There's
meant
just
it.
definitely
Overboard
funny
to do.
examples
be
of
awkward.
that. Okay,
awkward.
really quick, our next
How quick?
thing, really quick,
Got it.
is this. So this mom
That's a lot of words.
I know.
Yeah.
So this is a little cute pencil case that this mom bought for her daughter for school.
All right.
It was all the rage. She went to 3 different stores to find it in stock.
Yeah.
She gave it to her daughter, and her daughter freaked out, said, "Mom, where did she go? That's stupid. Everyone in my class has that same one. I don't want it anymore." And she threw it in the garbage. So, and she threw a tantrum, went in her room, and slammed the door.
Wow.
The mom says that she, as a single mom, she was so upset that she went into the kitchen and got a Ziploc bag and said, "Okay, you don't want this pencil case? Here's your new pencil case." And it's a zippy bag. And the girl
I like the move.
was
Good
like,
for
"No,
mom.
fine, I'll have the other pencil case." So the mom is trying to teach her a story of like, I'm
Appreciate
bending
what
over
you get.
backwards. You have all this great stuff that I never had as a kid. You should appreciate it instead of throwing a tantrum and throwing it away. So that lesson is a great parenting lesson. So then she goes and posts it online. 59,000 shares now, over almost 500 comments of people, some of them saying, "You did a great thing, good for you, stand your ground, good job, Mom, I've done the same with my son before." I want to know, is it okay to put a story like that of your little child to shame them, kind of, online? Or is it just a lesson in patting yourself on the back for being a good parent and teaching them a good lesson? What do you guys think?
I think you can say it's not something I would do, but that doesn't mean I'm being judgmental over someone
wouldn't
else's
put it
decision.
online like the
I'm
story
simply
and stuff.
saying, for me personally, I would not do that.
Right. Nor would I.
Nor would I.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I guess we all kind of agree it's so we're wrong. I mean, it just
Take a stand.
But this is like above just this one incident. In general, I was telling you earlier, social media, why do I have to do this on social media? Why not just correct my child in the privacy of our home and make it stick?
Yeah.
I don't need to share with everyone else. Why do I need to share why I love my wife on our anniversary date on Instagram or Facebook? When you just tell that person?
Yeah.
That really bothers me. This is getting off topic now, but
that bothers you more than the other.
A little bit. When I read a post about like, to my lovely husband on our wedding day, I'm like, go tell him. I don't need to see that here.
Yeah.
Because then we were joking back and forth that perhaps before they posted that, they had a raging fight.
Probably.
It's kind of like,
And you have to publicly acknowledge like how awesome they are. I'm like, sorry about that.
I'm uncomfortable with that too, but my dear, beautiful, loving, I'm so blessed, my wife, Grayson.
Oh boy.
She will put those, she'll do those posts, Drew.
Karen J.
Well, then
like
I
that
feel
one.
like, well, then I have to go, oh, honey, I love you too
she makes
online.
us-
You have to
Because
like comment on it.
But and I'm
Or else you look
uncomfortable.
like a jerk.
I hope Grayson's not watching. But then I'm uncomfortable doing that because to me that's a public arena. I don't need that in my public arena. But I have to respond because my wife puts it in that arena.
Why don't you have a conversation about that and
is
tell her to
fascinating.
knock it off?
Because I would not. Because I would not even bring it up, except for I'm pretty sure she's at the ice rink and not watching right now.
How about this? How about this? Hey, Grayson, I just want to let you know that makes me feel uncomfortable. You're not coming down on her for you. I just want you to know that makes me feel uncomfortable when you put all that out there.
Here's the
She
deal.
really likes
There's
it.
maybe 2 or 3 things in the world I could criticize my wife on. There's like 10 million things she could criticize me about. So I don't want to open up that platform.
okay, so let's get back,
Let's get back to the kid because that's more,
Yeah.
you know,
Let's get back
like
to the
you're
kid.
putting
I
a
didn't
little
find that as
girl
easy to
and the
talk about.
lesson and
Yeah. Right.
I mean, I think that is a good parenting lesson. It's
Right.
like,
I
and I
agree.
had that happen of
Yeah,
like,
I
if you
agree.
throw a tantrum over something that your parents, spent money on and they're
Yeah.
trying to do the best for you. I mean, she's a little girl. She doesn't know.
And I feel like as a parent, I mean, as a kid, when my mom and dad said something and they came down on me for something, I would have probably wilted if that had been, the 59 whatever 1,000. I mean,
it's
because it was a big deal when we just
mortifying,
went
probably.
face
Oh,
to
yeah.
face.
Yeah.
I got the message,
Yeah.
and that is a good lesson.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't like? I'm sorry, Joe. What I didn't like was the picture of the daughter in tears. I was okay with maybe putting the message online,
And
but
you
I
can
wouldn't
see
put a
it's
picture of my daughter in
Yeah.
tears.
No, that makes sense, and I think we can show that
Yeah, you
right
can see it
now.
right
Jay going that way. I don't know if our Instagram viewers can see it that well. You were good with that phone.
No, I didn't mean. Now we're going to put it all over
Yes,
TV
there
just
you
because I
go.
said I wouldn't do it. Okay, all right.
But you know what? If you're a parent who agrees with this tactic, I'd ask why. What is the benefit to posting it online? Because I guess you would say, oh, I want to share this with others so they are inspired to maybe discipline their child the same? Or is this woman like,
But
hey,
it's
look at me,
almost
look how
kind
good
of-
I am at parenting?
Exactly. It's trying to get a pat on your own back.
Right.
And this kind of thing is trendy now, like obviously she's getting probably tons of followers and maybe the Today Show's going to call her up,
Right.
and whatever. I mean, it's all kind of what you can get out of
We're
it almost.
speculating there. Maybe that's not
Right?
fair to the woman here involved.
No.
we're
But
kind of speculating.
but I mean,
Devil's
why else are you
advocate.
doing it?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
would you?
I was
What
asking
is
the
the
viewers who are
benefit? I
watching
think that's a
us.
Unless
legitimate
it's,
question.
people treat social media like Dear Diary, and maybe it's like, okay, today this happened to me. It was notable. It pissed me off. It hurt my feelings.
Right.
And you're just, blah, putting it on your social media. So, that's one thing. But I don't know.
Well, if we,
Raising young kids is like hard.
if we judge things on the comments on our feeds, I would say that people really
what do
enjoyed
people
our
say?
first topic versus the second topic.
Well, Terrell Davis, she says, I think she went too far about posting it. And
Where'd you
Ginny
get that
says,
at?
no kid crying pics or videos for any reason. Tony Salvatore, what's up, Tony?
Love
Where's
the
this
name.
at?
I correct people on social media. Oh, that's
See,
about
no, it's
spelling.
yes. I think you hit the.
We got a few more on there.
Okay, Stanford
Stanford.
Walker saying the benefit to the parent is ... ego
Yeah.
and self-attention.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ooh, Brenda.
Okay, Brenda, tell your
Sounds
story of the.
The morning
Why you're
after.
tired?
morning that you
yeah, why are you
had.
tired, dear? You look beautiful, by the way, but why are you tired?
you.
Because this has happened to me almost before. Not to this
By the way,
extent.
you can say all that stuff to Brenda behind the scenes. You don't need to tell her that in front of everybody.
Okay, so this morning, my alarm went off. You know how when you set your alarm and you can dim it?
Yes.
So the
Yeah.
readout is
Yeah.
not too bright.
Yeah.
Mine was totally off this morning, so I hit it, and I think my clock was kind of turned because I thought, oh my gosh, I'm up 5 minutes early. It's 2:10. Usually get up at 2:15.
Yeah.
So I hopped out. I thought I'm not going to wake up my boyfriend, and so I'll just hop up, get ready. I got dressed, put on my clothes, and got in the car, and
Sounds
off I
great
went
so far.
with my coffee. I
Yeah.
got in the car.
Okay.
And I found out that what I thought was 2:10 was actually 12:10.
Oh my goodness.
So I got up
You are
2
so
hours
crazy.
early.
You
I
left
never looked at the clock again until I got in my car. And then it's like 1 o'clock and I heard my phone ping and it was a text from my boyfriend. He goes,
Where are
"Did
you?"
you already
What are you
leave?
doing?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was in the makeup room. I was just getting ready because I'm like already en route.
So you went ahead and came in?
Yeah, I
early.
did, because I was in the car driving to work before I realized.
You were already en route?
Yes.
Isn't it route, just to go back to our previous
No, you
topic?
can
I'm
when you
kidding.
say
Those are
en
double.
kidding. I
Those
think
are
you're
double.
route.
You can say
Oh,
either
yeah,
route
yeah.
and route.
Wow.
But then the poor overnight cleaning lady, I scared the crap out of her.
Oh,
because
she expects to find
nobody
no
is
one
ever
inside.
in the makeup room at that hour,
Right.
so she opens the door and screams.
Oh, man.
Wow.
She's like, oh my gosh, I'm like, so sorry.
So what did you
yeah.
get done with those extra 2 hours?
Yes.
Oh, I went over the show like multiple times. I did
She
a
was ready.
post.
I wish you read my parts this morning. That would have
But
helped
I've
the show a
never
little bit.
done that before. It is insane. Have you guys done that? Like you're supposed
No.
to? 2 hours.
That tells me
No.
that you don't look at your phone before you leave the house. I mean, don't you look at the phone? I'll tell you right now, I know something for
no,
sure.
but look.
I was posting this morning.
You did something on Instagram way early this morning.
Yeah.
I know, but if you look at that, look how small that is.
No, I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
I get
unless
that.
I go full,
Yeah, you're not paying attention. You're not
right?
looking
It's
up
that
at the teeny little
that
clock. You're like
little
checking your email.
tiny
And, yeah.
thing. So
Yeah,
that's
I've
what
done that
happened.
before.
I'm
This is a crazy
so
shift,
tired.
people.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Thank you for chatting with us, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.